and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. We are in fact starting off the discussion regarding Justice Gautam S. Patel, who retired from the Bombay High Court in April 2024, and his family have been threatened and physically attacked on at least 5 occasions, 4 in London and 1 in Mumbai, in connection with a judgment that he delivered deciding a succession matter in the Dawoodi Bohra community. The threats and attack have been claimed by a powerful guild of DB community members and began more than a year after the judgment was in fact delivered. The group has said that it wants Justice Patel to release a YouTube video in which he recants the judgment, something the judge calls inconceivable. Since then, his daughter and wife have received threats, letters. His daughter's home has been broken into, and she has been physically attacked on the street in London and has had her nose broken as well. The most recent threat, a letter received on June 5 at the Justice Patel's daughter's home in London, contains a death threat for the judge and his family. This situation, Justice Patel raises critical questions about India's judicial system and as well as the safety of judges. After the most recent letter, which contains the death threat, he has written to the acting Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court and the Chief Justice of India to apprise them of what has happened. He raised a pertinent question: how can the hundreds of judges across high courts work with this kind of fear and intimidation? To discuss this further, I'm joined by my panelists, who are Justice A.N. Mittal, who's a former judge of the Allahabad High Court, Mr. L.N. Rao, former DCP, Delhi Police, Adish Agrawala, senior advocate, Supreme Court, and Ambassador Sushil Singhal, who's a former diplomat. I welcome you all to this discussion, and let's start off with the former judge who is with us on this panel, Justice Mittal. Sir, I want to understand, this is a pertinent question that has been raised. There is this kind of fear and intimidation through these threats that even justice is getting. I want to understand, do you believe that this is the kind of environment that judges can safely then deliver these verdicts? Because this happened in 2024 when the verdict was delivered, and till now, till June 2026, the judge is still facing threats, sir.
Basically, such people have no confidence in the courts as well as the constitution. As far as the environment is concerned, the environment in India is very safe. And it is the reason that the government of UK has also provided safety to the family of Justice Gautam Patel. And madam, you know that this is the era of social media. One can create a false ID, a false mail from some, or he can hack some mail. Such threats are called stalking under the Information Technology Act 2000, and which is punishable, firstly. Secondly, as far as the environment is concerned, I think the Indian judges have no such problem in delivering justice free and fair. I have also been judge for last 44 years from the Lord Judiciary to the High Court, and I may tell one incident that when I was special CJM at Allahabad in 1997, there was a direction of Honorable the High Court to decide that case within 1 month. So I was hearing that case day to day. That was the matter of landlord and tenant. Certainly the tenant needs some dilatory practices, and he used to move applications and applications. Lastly, at that time there were no mobiles, there were landlines. Lastly, that tenant made a call to my home, threatening my wife that he shall pick up her daughter who goes to GHS school and tell the judge not to decide this case so early. Basically, I reported this matter to the district judge, and district judge was very kind enough. He posted 4 policemen in plain dress at my residence, and also deputed 4 policemen in plain dress whenever my daughter used to go to the college and return college. So these threats are normal. I do not take these threats as serious. But in this case, actual attacks have been made 4 times, 5 times.
Right.
So it's a serious matter. And the Bombay High Court has also condemned this aspect. And this is the reason that the government of UK has also provided the safety to the judge of the
Right.
family of the judge. So the environment in India is very free and fair, and the judges are supposed, not only supposed, and are bound to decide a case free and fair, without any threat, without any fear.
But Justice Mittal, I want to understand, since you've served in the judiciary for so long, I want to understand, when a judge is serving, he usually gets protection, state protection as well. After retirement, he does not. But the judgments that you deliver, sir, they follow you for life. And that's what's happened in this case. When you see, I want to understand, do you believe that maybe we need a security overhaul, maybe retired judges who give out such sensitive judgments get some sort of security even post retirement? Do you think that that is something that can be considered, Justice?
Basically, there is a great number of judges who have retired, and it is not practically possible for the government to provide security to all the persons. I will tell you the matter of Allahabad High Court. The judges, Justice Sudhir Agrawal and Justice Khan, who delivered the Ram Mandir case judgment, they have been provided the security till now. They are getting security, and because that judgment was a important judgment. But in every case, it is not practically possible for the government to provide the security. And certainly, if somebody is having the problem, he can direct the local police or the SSP to depute some security persons at his home. It is done.
Right. Let me also rope in Ambassador Singhal into this discussion. Ambassador Singhal, I want to understand from you, there was a very critical loophole that Justice Patel in fact pointed out. He said that his daughter, who was attacked and threatened, stays in London and is a British citizen. However, overarchingly, when we look at this entire situation, it's an attack on the Indian judiciary. So how do investigative agencies go about this? Because then, the investigating agencies in London will have to take over this case. How they investigate it, it does not relate to why it's actually happened. Because there are people in India who are putting out these threats. So I want to understand, diplomatically, is there any way that India can intervene in such kind of cases?
No, certainly, Shivani. This is, of course, from that point of view, it's very interesting. They have tried to exploit the loopholes.
WhatsApp मेरा बंद कर दो इसमें.
They have tried to exploit the loopholes in the system. But having said that,
उसमें से cancel कर दो. उसमें से.
India is not, without remedies for this. In fact, this matter has already been raised by the Honorable Chief Justice with the our authorities, and incidentally he is in UK at this moment, so he has also spoken about it, talked about it. And secondly, the security has been provided. And what happens normally in this kind of situation is that our security agencies, they coordinate. We have arrangements with UK and many other countries, where when this kind of when the crimes takes place between the two countries, then we are able to coordinate with them in the investigations and bring things to justice. So it's not it's a problem, but it's not a major problem for us. And we, of course, the government of India has already requested the UK authorities to investigate it properly and, of course, to provide security and we will be, I'm sure, engaging with them diplomatically also, and with the UK side, and to impress upon them the urgency of the matter and this kind of this kind of threat is taking place. Though it is against a British citizen, but since it's an Indian citizen is also involved and actually it's originated from there, so which is understandable. So I don't see any problem. Of course, bit complicated, but it's not that it cannot be surmounted without a much difficulty. I don't see it. It's that kind of.
Okay, okay. Let me also rope in Mr. Adish Agarwala into this discussion. Sir, I want to understand from you, do you believe that this justice has received 5 threats as of now? The daughter has been physically assaulted as well. You know, we are seeing condemnation. So the CGI has condemned the attack. We are seeing the Bombay Bar Association has condemned it. We are seeing, condemnations are flowing in from everywhere. But the threats are not stopping, sir. It's been 2 years. We are seeing that both the parties that were also involved in this succession war of the Dawoodi, Bohra community, they have also condemned it. So there is a third party that is trying to stir up controversy, that is in fact capable enough to conduct attacks in London, over here in Mumbai as well.
See, I totally differ with Justice Mittal's view that security can't be granted to retired judges. There is when they are sitting judges, then all security is available. But when they demit the office, only for Supreme Court judges, security is being provided for 3 years. One PSO is being allotted. That is in the service conditions. Retirement, there is a act in according to that. But there is no provision for High Court judges and the district judiciary. And as a matter of fact, more threat is to the lower judiciary, district judiciary, because they are dealing with directly the criminals, and who have seen the judges, because they come in close contact with the judges when the case is there, when their evidence is recorded, or the arguments are there. Criminals are always present in the court. So I, being the chairman of All India Bar Association, has written a letter to the Prime Minister on 16th of May 2026 that all judges of Supreme Court and High Courts, they should be provided lifelong security, and lower judiciary should be given for at least 10 years. While working, they are totally protected, but there is none who will protect them when they are leading a retired life in any village, in any district, or anywhere in the world. So once this provision will be there, so in that situation, nobody, no criminal who is opposed to the judgment of the judge, they will dare to give any threat to the judge or his family. So this is the right time. By that time when I wrote letter, that was 16th of May, and this incident is of 5th of June, when this letter was dropped at the house of the daughter of Justice Patel. So, because lower judiciary, High Court judiciary, Supreme Court, very few people are coming. Very few, and they are also not physically attending the court proceeding. But lower judiciary, maximum. Then High Court also some people attend, they observe. So it is a time when the government should consider favorably of taking a decision to provide protection to the judges. And judges feel humiliated when they make a complaint to local police that there is a threat, and that one sub-inspector or SHO reject that application. High Court judge making a written request that he has a threat, and then somebody from intelligence, they reject that there is no threat. When it is implemented, then only people will know that this thing has happened. So our Rao Sahib is there. He know what is happening, how the security is being provided. People who are not having any threat, they are being provided as a matter of respect to show to public, no, I'm something. But real people who are subject matter of threat, because judges are disposing of the cases, and somebody, at least one party, is totally annoyed with the judgment, although they were not having the good case, but they still feel that the judge has not passed judgment in their favor, because their lawyer has said earlier, no, you will win. And ultimately he is losing. So they feel jealous of the judge.
Okay. Let me rope in Justice Mittal back into this discussion. Justice, I want to understand from your perspective, this case, this particular judgment is still under appeal. So I want to understand, is such acts of violence that have occurred, the threats that have occurred, can they, influence or bully the rule of law? Do you believe that the Supreme Court or the higher judiciary, how should they move about this case now, because the judgment is under appeal?
No, in my opinion, they cannot influence the appellate court or the other courts. And I may also say that I have awarded life imprisonment in number of cases. My experience is, may be wrong, my experience is that the criminals doesn't have any grievance with the judge unless he has decided that case dishonestly. The main grievance is with the complainant, who has filed the complaint or who has lodged the FIR. So, such threats, in my opinion, are only just to get the social influence, and they are not real threats. And I may say that real grievance is with the complainant who has lodged the FIR, who has given evidence against him. So I agree with Dr. Adish C. Agrawal ji, to whom I have very much respect, and I also know him personally when I was principal secretary in the law department. I have met him so many times. I had not said that it is impossible. I say that it is practically not possible. There is much difference between these two words, and I agree with Justice Vishri Agrawal ji that the provision should be made to provide security to the retired judges also, maybe for a 3 years, 5 years, or whenever they are asked. If any judge asks for any security, he should be provided by the government, and it is my experience that it is provided by the local police. It is provided, and I also say that it should not be made a status symbol. I personally say that when I was a sitting judge, whenever I used to visit my home place, 4 constables were posted at my residence. They were burden for me. Practically, they were burden for me. Anybody, my relative or my friend coming to meet me, first he has to interrogate that person.
Right.
So that should not be made a status symbol.
All right. Okay, I get your point. Let me also rope in Mr. Alan Rao for this discussion. Mr. Alan Rao, from your perspective, obviously now it's all boiled down to if retired judges should get protection or not, if it's practically possible or not for a country like India. I want to understand in this particular case as well, how will the investigation go about?
Good evening, Shivani. This is really a very sad case in which that judge has been threatened, his family has been threatened, and is condemned for all quarters of society. Now the investigation will take place in that, as per the allegations of the threat. The investigating officer will collect all the possible evidences, maybe some documentary evidences or some electronic evidence, or maybe some threat by messages or threat by something like that. Or if there is any written threat is there also, that will also be investigated. And the person concerned, if they are claiming that they have threatened, then they will be interrogated, and after completion of the evidence collection, that person will be arrested if that evidence is definitely against him, and that person will be charged as per law of the land. Now, this is one of the part of the investigation. In such type of these cases, investigation is supervised by the senior officers, and that closely supervised rather, and it is not left in the hands of sub-inspectors like that, because it's a matter of honorable judge. Threat to the family.
But Mr. Rao, that's the whole point. It's not happened in India. So if the UK police does take it up, it's an assault case over there. They might just not look at the whole conspiracy angle. And in India, like the justice has pointed out, it's only the threats that they have received.
Yes, no doubt. If they are being threatened there and assaulted there in UK, then the law of land of the United Kingdom will take place. Whatever the investigation is done. But the basic principles of the investigation is everywhere. The collection of evidences, all type of investigation, primary evidence, secondary evidence, scientific evidence, and all these things. The basic principle of investigation is the same. Maybe in India, maybe there also. But maybe some legal provisions are maybe different. Maybe time duration of the investigation, or the time duration of this. Obviously, in other other countries, time duration of trial is very less, and that is also having very good effect on the minds of the criminals. Because if the justice is delivered within very short time, then there may be some fear in the mind of the criminals. So here in India is not like that. But so far as the threat to the judges there, definitely whosoever is getting some serious threat, definitely the police investigate that matter, and then threat assessment provision is there. Then after threat assessment, by and large, I think in judiciary, I don't find any reason that they will refuse to any judge that he is not being threatened. But definitely as a matter of right, as a matter of principle, when the sitting judges are there, they are getting security. But after their retirement, whosoever is having some serious threat, definitely they are giving security provisions. Whatever the security categories are there, Y category, Y plus category, and the categories are there. Depending upon the threat perception, what are the threat is there, what type of the person who is threatening, that is also very important. If some threat is there from a very dreaded criminal, a gangster, interstate gangsters, who can really damage to any person, the threat is considered very serious. And in that case, security is very good, tightened, and everywhere. So the security of judges is also very important, because they deliver justice as per law, and nobody has to dare to threat the judges like that. That if you don't deliver justice in my favor, I will do that, and I will harm your family, and all these things. So these are the very serious matters, and these should be taken very seriously by the investigating agency, maybe in India, maybe in UK, and that culprit should be brought to book, and immediately the stern action should be taken against them. Ivani.
All right, Mr. Rao, thank you so much for your valuable perspective on this issue. I also thank Justice Mittal, Adish Agarwala, and Ambassador Singhal for joining us on this discussion. With that, viewers, we are slipping into a short commercial.